Hello everybody, this is Baka Zombie. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG video. These videos are going to be a little bit different, not by much, but a little bit, than our normal videos that come out on Thursdays. In those videos, we kind of look at a new deck every week, try them out, see how we're feeling about them, and you guys let us know what you think of them in the comments section below. But with this video, I'm going to be doing more of a ranking kind of series, a laddering kind of series with my primary deck, which, as you can see in front of you, is the Dragapult Lost Box deck. I chose this deck as my primary deck because I wanted to use Dragapult EX. I just really like Dragapult as a Pokemon, and the card's pretty good, so I wanted to build a deck around it. And the Lost Box version so far is my favorite variant of the deck. I tried out like Dragapult Charizard Pidgeot. That was just too many stage 2s for me. I tried Dragapult Pidgeot, and it just wasn't kicking the way I wanted it to. So then I tried the Lost Box version. I've really liked it. I haven't tried the Xatu version or the Regidrago, I guess technically, version of it. But I've been really liking this one. It's not perfect by any means, but that's what the series also is aiming to do, is to help solidify this deck. And if we're continuing to do so with this deck, as new sets come out, we can update it. There's already a couple cards I know of that, or at least one card I know of from the next set, and then a couple from the following sets that I'd like to do. But we'll see how far. As long as this deck is my primary deck that I use at in-game tournament or real-life tournaments, we'll continue to do this series as long as people are enjoying it. So if you do enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. Otherwise, we're going to quickly go over some of the cards here. Of course, we have the Dragapult, Dragapult EX. If you guys have not run into this yet, its primary attack is the Phantom Dive for 2 energies, 1 fire, 1 psychic. It does 200 points of damage to the active, and then it places 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon. So that means because you're placing damage counters instead of doing 60 damage, you can both spread it out amongst multiple bench Pokemon. And it also gets around things like Manaphy that stops the damaging effects from hitting the bench. So it had like Pokemon that stop effects from affecting the bench is the only thing that can stop Dragapult, not things that stop damage affecting the bench. So that's pretty cool. We also have, and it also gets around things like Mimikyu. Like Mimikyu stops EXs from attacking it, but Dragapult can hit it because it's placing damage counters. There's a fine distinction between the two, which makes it a really cool mechanic. What's helpful with this line as well is the Drakloak. With its ability Recon Directive, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose one of those, put them in your hand, put the other one on the bottom of your deck. So it's kind of a nice draw mechanic to it. Speaking of nice draw mechanics, the Lost Box portion of this deck does involve the Comfey with this flower selection ability. If it's in the active spot, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose one, put them in your hand, put the other one in the Lost Zone. For those of you who are not aware, the Lost Zone is a mechanic in Pokemon that's like the discard pile, but essentially it removes that card from the game completely. There's no way to get it back from the Lost Zone once it's in there. So it's really important to put cards that you know aren't going to be effective to you at any point in the game into the Lost Zone as much as possible. Alongside that, we do have the Cramorant. With its ability, it's able to attack for no energy cost if there are 4 cards in the Lost Zone. So one of my main strategies with this deck is my turn 1. We try to go second first off, so we can play supporters right away. And we try to get 2 Comfeys into play and a Colress experiment, which we'll talk about in a moment. We can flower selecting twice, and then Colress experiment to get rid of 2 more cards in the Lost Zone, and it allows a Cramorant to attack right away. It's a perfect turn 1 if you can get Cramorant attacking right away. We also have Sableye in this deck for a single Psychic Energy. As long as there are 10 cards in the Lost Zone, you can place 12 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. Sableye doesn't come into play often, but when it does, it's huge. I actually won one of my games this last week that I was playing at a local card store because of Sableye. It took 2 KOs right off the rip. Actually, it might have taken 3. No, it took 2 and got 1 close to knock out. But at that point, there was no resources left for my opponent, and they just had to scoop. Really cool when it happens. It doesn't happen often, though, but it is there as a little bit of a tech. We just also run, speaking of techs, we run 1 Manaphy, one Radiant Greninja. Manaphy's are there to protect your Comfeys and your Dreepies, and then the Radiant Greninja is purely there for draw. We don't have a way to attack with the Radiant Greninja, which some might say it might be more useful to have like Radiant Alakazam or Radiant Charizard in this deck, but I like the Radiant Greninja for the extra draw. Supporter cards, we just spoke of Colress's experiment. This supporter allows you to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, pick 3 of those, put them in your hand, put the other 2 in the lost zone. So again, that resource management kind of stuff, but pretty good draw off of the Colress's experiment. That's the card you kind of want to go for as your supporter every turn. We do have Iono just to try and do a little bit of like, Iono's going to be something that if your opponent takes an early lead, that's typically what you're going to be playing. I'm actually double checking right now that I have 2 Iono in this deck. I do. I have the physical deck in front of me. I'm like, do I actually play 2? But I do. And then 2 Boss's Orders, just for a little bit of a pick your target kind of thing, especially because of how Dragapult works when you're spreading damage out on the bench. If there's something on the bench that you can now pick off that has 200 HP, you can pull that up, kill it, and then do some more damage off to the back. We do have 1 copy of Counter Catcher as well to kind of do that. If your opponent is ahead, we have a lot of Switch cards. 4 Switch card, 3 switches. We have some Buddy-Buddies. We got Mirage Gate, which is a Lost Zone card. If there are 7 cards in the Lost Zone, you can choose 2 different energy cards and attach them to 1 Pokemon, which works really well for Dragapult because that powers it up right away. Also running, obviously, Rare Candies, Super Rods. You see everything we're running in front of you. Our A-Spec is the Neo Upper Energy, which, if it's attached to a Stage 2 Pokemon, it adds... or it counts as 2 of any kind of energy. So again, really easy way to power up Dragapult. So with that, we're going to do some battles here. We're going to start ranking up. We are starting in the Great Ball tier. This is like the start of a new season. I haven't really played since the new season came through. So we're in Umbreon tier right now. We're going to see how high we can get by end of season and see how this rolls. All right, new cam, who this? We always choose tails. We always lose. This season is also like a lot of Dragapult stuff. In the rewards for the ladder, so I do want to try and get as high as I can to get all the Dragapult stuff because we're playing a Dragapult deck. Of course, like I mentioned in the deck overview portion of the video, we want to go second if we can. We do start with a Comfey and a Dreepy. I'm just going to leave the Comfey up. They can't knock out my Comfey turn 1 because you can't attack turn 1. So that works out for me. Also, there's a hair on my glasses. There we go. They do have Charmander sleeves. It's a Charmander deck. No, it is going to be a Lost Zone deck, it looks like. They start with the Giratina V, which is interesting. They play Pokégear. Look for their supporter card in the top 7 cards. Looks like they didn't get one or didn't want the one that they were offered. And they pass the turn. This is a big bulky boy to start off, which isn't my favorite thing in the world. I am going to play a Dreeps. They shouldn't have a way to attack my bench, right? Giratina can't attack the bench. Cool. I'm going to Comfey for our selecting. See if we can pull a supporter. We do not. I hate that both these cards showed up. I do want to keep the energies, though. We do have 4 of each energy in here. Like the deck list that I originally built this off of only had 3, and I found myself running out of energy so often. Maybe should have kept the Drakloak because I could have helped with drawing the next turn, but unfortunately, I think I have to Nest Ball for a freaking Comfey, which kind of sucks. I'd rather Nest Ball for the Cramorant, but we just didn't get the draw we needed this turn. I'm going to play a Psychic Energy onto Dreeps here. Play the Switch to get my other Comfey into the active position. Use another Flower Selecting. Oh boy, Sableye or Super Rod? At the rate we're going, we might need Sableye late game, and we have another Super Rod, so let's keep Sableye. That was kind of a rough turn 1, I'm not going to lie. We have to end. Not getting the Colress turn 1 really kind of sucks, but here we are. Luckily, they get a Colress experiment. Luckily, my opponent didn't really have anything turn 1, so that was nice, but now they have the Colress experiment on turn 2. Kind of stinky. Oh, I have a Super Rod in my hand, too, so it's kind of a good thing we chucked the 1 into the Lost Zone. So we have 2 cards in the Lost Zone currently. They're also going to have 2. They're going to be hunting for a Cramorant. Switch Cart and a Roseanne gets put into the loss zone. There's a Comfey. They need 2 flower selecting to go off to even get a chance at running a Cramorant out here. But they could flower selecting, switch out, and attach an energy for the turn to Abyss Seeking. I don't know. I've never liked the Giratina version of this deck, but obviously it is a good deck. It was used quite a bit. It is an older deck, though, and that's why you don't see it as often anymore. They also are running the Radiant Greninja in their deck, so... There's that. They're going to pass the turn, though. Only getting 3 in and no attack. And we get a freaking Cramorant. We do get our other Drakloak. So I can Fire Energy. Drakloak. Recon Directive. I can grab a Colress's Experiment. Play it. Grab Cram. Fire Energy. I think Rescue Board. I think we just drop one of the Fire Energies, unfortunately. We already have one Dragapult powered up, so it's not the end of the world if we lose one. Do we have any in discard? We do not. Just trainers right now, which is cool. Flower selecting. Iono or Fire Energy. I can't put another Fire Energy. We're getting all our energy cards in our Lost Zone draws, which kind of stinky. But I can play Cramorant here. I don't have a Switch, and I don't know that I want to... Because I attach the Dragapult for the turn like a fool. So I'm not gonna like hope that I draw that I get a draw card or a switch card, sorry, off of the draw from Comfey, and I'm just gonna go into Cramorant to get the Spit Innocently to knock out. So we slow down their Lost Zone here, and we get the Counter Catcher, which isn't gonna help us right now. Oh, come back here. I do have 5 in the Lost Zone currently. How many? They have 3, right? Oh, they have a Giratina V in there. If I can get Dragapult next turn, we'll kind of be rocking. They're going to get the boss's orders, so they're going to pull up my... They can't kill my Drakloak this turn, which is the big thing here. I lost Vacuum to get rid of my Rescue Board. That's fine. They could... Oh, they get rid of their boss's orders, so they're not pulling out my Drakloak this turn. I assume they just energy attached to Abyss Seeking this turn. Wow. They just don't have energies, I guess. That's fine. I can hit him with Cramorant then. I could Buddy-Buddy to grab another Dreepy, just so I have some Dreepies running around. I only have 6 in the Lost Zone. I'm going to Buddy-Buddy. Get a Dreeps. I don't think they have a way to have Greninja going. I'm just going to put 2 Dreeps down. Probably a bad idea because that means I can't put Sableye down there. But no, don't attach. Let's Recon Directive first. Okay. I don't pull my Dragapult. Both of these cards help my opponent at this point, so I'm just going to grab one and then just forget about it. I will attach a Fire Energy here. And then just Spit Innocently, which sets up Giratina to be KO'd either by Cramorant this next turn, or if they like evolve into V-Star, then I can bring up Dragapult if I find it. We don't run any Ultra Balls in this deck, which is the only problem, because like we can't just straight up look for Dragapult at any point. We have to draw into it, which is one of the downfalls of this deck, but I also don't know what I drop for an Ultra Ball. Maybe an Iono. I'm gonna switch card into the Greninja to try and live for another turn here. Get a little heal. And evolve into Giratina to V-Star. I can still kill that thing though, and we have a boss swords. If we can get Dragapult in this next turn, we can just KO that Giratina. Well, there's a Rare Candy. Oh, lordy. Can we Recon Directive Dragapult, please? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Alright, so what we do is attach a Fire Energy for the turn, retreat, into the Drakloak, evolve into Dragapult. Anything else? What's in our discard? Just one fire energy, not worth it to Super Rod quite yet, but we can boss his orders up their Giratina, V-Star, and then Phantom Dive to KO that, put 60 on the Radiant Greninja. And draw 2 prize cards. PokéStop and a Switch. Not really what we need right now. Sealed cards. They got a fish for another Giratina or a Comfey. There's the Comfey. But they have a way to get Greninja out of the active yet. They have to attach and retreat. They're kind of behind the draw, unfortunately. Flower selecting. Did they get the Giratina off them? We shall see, we shall see. There's the Giratina. But they already attached an energy for the turn. They're going to boss his orders. I have to switch, so we're fine. I can also now flower selecting for the turn, which is kind of cool. Super Rod, they're going to get back their V-Star. Yep. Was that a V-Star they pulled or just a normal V? It was a V-Star, okay. Pass the turn. Get another Cramorant. Flower selecting. Grab me another Dragapult. Where are all my psychic energies, man? I've seen like all my fire energies at this point. I can Rare Candy this Dreepy into a Dragapult. I can Mirage Gate to get another, to get this Dragapult ready if I need. Might as well, right? Yep, there's only psychic energies in the deck anyway. Oh, come on. Attach it. We got 2 Dragapults going, and I can play a switch, get this Dragapult in there, and then Phantom Dive. We're going to put 20 on the Giratina, because, like, even if it evolves, it's going to live, so I might as well just put 20. And then we can put the rest. You know what? Let's just put 40 there. Because I kill this Radiant Greninja no matter what next turn. There's a Psychic Energy. Honestly, that other Dreepy can just be a Drakloak at this point, if I have Drakloaks left. I know one's evolved and one's in the lost one, so I have 1 Drakloak left. Let's see, did they draw into anything they need? Concealed cards. Did they get their V-Star? I mean, not that it matters. They're going to Prime Catcher. They're just trying to keep something, like, keep my Dragapults out of the active. But I have an energy here. And even if I could PokéStop to try and search for a search and pretty easily get my Dreepy out of the active slot. We're going to manually attach the Giratina in the back. And then Super Rod. That is the thing, is now their Giratina is sitting on the bench, so it's harder to kill again. But I can set it up to get KO'd. KO'd when it is a full Giratina at this point. We pull a switch card, so I don't even need to go searching. Play a switch card. I'm going to keep this in my hand, because in case they get another way to pull me up. Do I need to do anything else, though? Not really. So I'm going to Phantom. I will Phantom Dive here. No Psychic Energy attached in case I need to use it as a retreat cost next turn. KO this Radiant Greninja, so they have less draw. So they have 1 chance. I mean, they have, like, honestly, they have to draw a Giratina, probably have an energy in their hand, and a Mirage Gate, I think, to be able to do this. So this deck just went fast and hard. This doesn't always happen to this deck, but when it does, it just pounds. Nice. Nice, nice. Wonder if that ranks us up. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've played. Let's see. Just shorts. No, wait, we're still 40. Wait, never mind. Not just short. Let's find another battle. Opponent is calling the coin flip. Let's see what they go for here. Heads. They won the coin flip. And my opponent will go first. Perfect for us. Love to see that. They probably have some kind of evolution deck, that means. Basic sleeves. We got a Dreepy to start. Not my favorite, but we do have a Switch in case we can find a Comfey. It is a Lugia deck. Surprising you went first, I guess. Wait, you do want to evolve into your Lugia V? I don't know. I forget. It's been so long since I played the Lugia deck. I forget if it's better to go first or second. They do grab the V-Star. If I can get an Iono here, you know. But I'll live with the Colress experiment. Gonna gift energy onto the Lugia. Pass the turn. There's the Iono gang. We can go Radiant Greninja here. Just in case we need some draw. Kind of sucks that we don't get the Comfey right away, so I can just, you know. I could. I'm gonna conceal cards to see if I can get a Comfey off of the rip here. Nope. That's fine. We Iono still. Get rid of that Lugia V-Star. Hopefully they don't draw it again. I do get a Nest Ball and a couple energies, so we can get a Comfey out here. Nest Ball for Comfey. We will manually attach a Psychic Energy to retreat. Bring out Comfey. Flower selecting. I don't love it. I'm going to grab the Psychic Energy, I guess. Sorry, Dreeps. I want to keep enough energies around. And that is unfortunately an end to the turn. Not a great turn one for us here. You know, I wish for the Iono, and I'm kind of glad we liked it, but I would have preferred like a Colress experiment there. That hand wasn't awful. Do play another capture in Aroma, get a heads. Is a heads evolution or basic? Frick, they get their V-Star. Oh, but they grab an Archeops instead. They probably have the V-Star in their hand then at that point, right? Minchino's going to be on the bench. Ultra Ball, that's to get rid of their Archeops, and they can grab their V-Star Lugia. This is bad for me. Because I think they can just KO my Comfey here, and there's really no way for us to come back from that, since they just got rolling on turn 2. It kind of sucks. Oh, wait, did they grab a Lugia V off of that, not a V-Star? Yeah, they're just going to read the wind. Interesting. I guess they're trying to make sure they have... Yeah, they had another Arch... They could have discarded 2 Archeops. Interesting. Neo Upper Energy, so if I'm able to get a Dragapult this turn, that'd be so cool. I'm going to Iono them again, I think. I thought about getting PokéStop to try and, like, fish for Rare Candy and, Switch, but alas, I'm going to conceal cards first. Let me get rid of another Psychic Energy. Thank you very much. Do I go for the Drakloak here? Or do I Iono and hope against all hope that I get a Rare Candy and a Dragapult? I think at that point our opponent is so set up that we kind of have to do that. So I'm going to Neo Upper Energy onto my Dreepy. Iono. Not my favorite thing. What do we got? We got 3 energies here. Super Rod those bad boys back in. I guess I can Buddy-Buddy for a Comfey. There's no more Dreepies in my deck? There's 2 Dreepies in my prize cards. Would have loved to know that before I chucked one in the Lost Zone. Let's switch cards to bring up Comfey. I can actually Cramorant this turn. That's flower selecting. Rare Candy. Do I want to go for the Cramorant, or do I want to hope against hope that I get a Dragapult, but then I still can't get my Comfey out of the active, right? I think I need to, just so I don't get bosses ordered out, you know? Okay, well I can still Cramorant this turn. So switch into the Cramorant and then just spit innocently, put a little pressure on this Lugia. And set it up for Dragapult to KO it. There's that. We have Colress's Experiment for next turn. We'll probably be able to Comfey next turn because Lugia will probably punch my face in. We do have Lumineon come in. We're going to Luminous Sign for what? The Jacq. They're going to Jacq for their Lugia V-Stars. Makes sense. But we did punch a big old hole in this one, so that's kind of cool. No energy cards in the discard. That's kind of sad for me. Lugia V-Star and a Minchino. V-Star on the bench. They decide not to evolve the active one, which, again, makes sense. Jet Energy to bring their Chinchino to the active. And they probably V-Star and power up the Chinchino. But that's fine. If you want to use your Chinchino to KO my Cramorant, I am 100% okay with that. Yeah, Primal Turbo. I was trying to decide if I want to focus on the Archeops, because the Archeops are so... They got such a weird hit point amount that it's hard to KO them with the Dragapults. It's like I have to hit it 3 times with the Jet Dive damage. Oh, wait. What? What are they doing? They just manually retreated their Minchino or Chinchino after Primal Turboing. They're attacking with the Lumineon. What does the Lumineon do? Oh, it shuffles everything into the deck. Doesn't KO the Cramorant. So I guess you do you, bud. They also bring out the Lugia. I'm so confused right now. Colress's Experiment. Please give me a Dragapult. Dear God, why do you hate me? I don't know if I want to loss on Cramorant. Cramorant. I don't really need Mirage Gate anymore. Have I lost zone any energies yet? I did lost on a Fire Energy, so I'm gonna lost zone a Psychic Energy, so there's even in there. Ugh, I do hate that for me. It means I have to Radiant Greninja here. I just need a Dragapult, man. I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to Comfey around here. This is so bad. Give me a Dragapult. Colress's Experiment. I need to take the KO because Dragapults might just be benched. I mean, whatever this is called. Prized. Manually attach to the Comfey. Retreat. Manually. Cramorant. Spit at the Lugia. Yeah, unfortunately I give him Gift Energy, but I do get 2 prizes off the Lugia, so we'll take what we can, you know. Dreepy and a Switch. So one of those prizes is a Dreepy. If all 3 of those prizes are a Dragapult, I'll lose my mind. Bring up the Chinchino. What's V-Guard Energy? I have not seen that card. As long as the card attached to Pokemon, the Pokemon... And then they pull up the Dreepy. Damn it, man. I needed a Dragapult so badly. Why? Well, there goes Dreepy. I have another one, but I have to power it up now. I might be able to Mirage Gate it up, but it also has to survive a turn. But I can kill the Shinjino, which is something. Oh, I have to do something. Fire Energy. Woo! Play Dreepy. Colress's Experiment. Can you, for the love of... There's Dragapult. And it's only one of them. There's 2 Draklokes. Oh, the Psychic Energy. Why? I should have Mirage Gated before I did this. Grab this guy. Countercatcher. I'm trying to decide if I want a Mirage Gate or not. So I have 2 here. There's 2 here. There's another set somewhere. Right? Yeah, there's another set somewhere. So I should be able to Mirage Gate here. But if they like pull up my Dreepy and kill it, then that's a waste of turn, right? Sorry. That might have made noise. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it. I'll just spit. I'll just spit. Yes! Go! Nest Ball. So there's one more Dreepy hanging out in here. What are the other 2? Okay, they pull up the Lugia V-Star. Again, if they invest the Lugia V-Star into killing my Cramorant, that's fine. And Jamming Tower. Which gets rid of tools, right? Yeah, I don't have any tools. I have 1 tool in this deck, and it's not out here. So. Double Turbo. Primal Turbo. We're just going Turbo out here. Okay. Yep, that's fine. It's only the second prize being taken. Comfey. Play Mirage Gate. Only have a Psychic Energy, but that's fine. Attach it. I hate that. Pull to the Dreeps. Pull a Fire Energy to the Dreeps. Play a Rare Candy for the Dreeps. Because I left 15, that's fine. Let's Flower Select then. Buddy-Buddy. Play it. No Dreeps. My last Dreeps is in here, of course. I knew that, and I still did it. I'm gonna put down Cramorant. Because either my opponent, like, tries to deal with it and pull it up. Do I Colress Experiment here? No. I am going to conceal cards, though, believe it or not. Okay. I was fishing for boss's orders. But that's fine. Do I even have a boss's orders available? I have 1 in the lost zone. I think I've played 1, right? No, I do have 1 available. Okay, switch. Before the counter starts ticking down. Bring in a Drakloak. I really don't want to Colress Experiment. Yeah, I do. Dragapult. Switch Cart. PokéStop, I guess. Okay. Wait, I have Counter Catcher. Wait, I can't play Counter Catcher because I'm winning technically, I guess. Oh, we'll Phantom Dive here. Do big 200 to the Lugia, and then do some damage to a Archeops. Either way, I'm going to have to hit the Archeops 3 times, so I'm going to pull one down low enough that Cramorant can KO it if I need to do that. They don't KO my Dragapult here, and I get to KO them next turn. So we're looking kind of good right now. Lumineon. They probably... They get a boss's orders off of Lumineon? So what else helps you here? Iono, that's fine. I don't really need any of the cards in my hand currently. It actually kind of helps me because my deck is getting kind of low and I'm getting nervous. Ultra Ball, looking for another Lugia, I assume. And I just start tacking damage on the Lugia, I think. I don't know for sure, though. Oh, they grabbed an Iron Hands. I see your game. I definitely tack damage onto the Iron Hands because I can KO an Iron Hands. I KO this Lugia. I put enough damage on the Iron Hands that I can KO it the following turn. Although, well, they need to find either an electric energy or if there's some kind of rainbow energy for basics. Legacy. Okay, Legacy energy will do it. I don't have what I need. They do get the Iron Hands powered up. They're an Iono, which gives me a chance of drawing into my boss's orders, which would be kind of big. Nope. I did get a Rare Candy and a Dragapult, which doesn't really help me. Oh, buddy. Minchino is easy to KO here. Capture an Aroma. I mean, it's not really. They get a basic, which is fine for me. I kind of need to search for my counter catcher. Because I need to search for my counter catcher or get a boss's orders off my prizes. Because I need to be able to pull up something I can KO with Cramorants, because I'll be down to one prize after I do this. So yeah, let's Phantom Dive here, which will KO the Lugia. And then I want to set up another Archeops to be KO'd by Cramorant. Put 60 on both of you guys. Okay, that KOs the Lugia. The Iron Hands is going to come up and get 3 prizes off me, which kind of sucks, but as long as we get a boss's orders or a counter catcher here. Actually, we need boss's orders. Pokégear isn't it, gang? If boss's orders is my last prize card, we just lose, which kind of sucks. Yeah, it wasn't worth it doing 60 to the Iron Hands because Cramorant can't KO it. Is Sableye in here? Sableye isn't the last one, so we can't Sableye for the win. I do get my Dreepy, but Iron Hands is powered up. I don't have time to evolve into another Dragapult. I need to get a way to get Cramorant to KO Iron Hands. And I need, so I thought I could get away with the counter catcher, but we'll both have 1 prize card. And that's just enough to KO me, which kind of sucks. Do I just put up Cramorant, or do I put up Comfey to try and get an extra draw? I have to put up Cramorant. I need a boss's orders here. Heart of the cards, baby boy! Come here, Archeops! Instant spin, or spin instantly, KO for the last prize card. Whoo! That was close. What was our last prize? It's a Fire Energy. That was close. If we hadn't dumped Sableye so early, Sableye could have been an option to try and win that, but We did. That I did not think we were gonna win that one with how good of an opening turn our opponent had. I want to make these 3 battles. I think it's better for a ranking series. I know it's going to be long, especially because that battle is really long, but I would like to do one more. So if you guys would like to stick around, be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. We're going to find one more for you. Okay, we choose tails. We always lose. We're going up against an Ultra Ball rated opponent, which, well, we lose. I've been Ultra Ball before, so it's not like, oh, I can't fight this person, they're so much better than me, but it is, like, it's weird sometimes how Pokemon does their matchmaking. Opponent go first, that's sort of perfect for me. So it's like we won the coin toss anyway. We mulligan. For having 4 Comfeys, my deck has not been drawing them lately, which kind of sucks. Okay, only 1 mulligan. We show them we're playing Dragapult, but they don't know about this yet. Actually, I think we showed them a Colress experiment. We do start with a Comfey, so that's something. Not a whole lot else, but that is something. Opponent's playing the Evolutions deck sleeves. Probably doesn't tell us anything. They do have the Cornerstone Ogerpon. So I can't do damage with them with Cramorant, which kind of sucks. And they're also playing Dragapult. They're playing Dragapult Xatu with the Ogerpon tech. Okay. My Dragapult can KO the Ogerpon. It's my freaking Cramorant that can't. And start powering up a Dreeps. Wham. Flower selecting. Grab another freaking Comfey. Toss that girl up. Switch cards into the Comfey. Flower selecting. For Dreepy. We got our boy. We got our child. Play down Dreeps. We can manually select for the turn, and then we're going to play PokéStop. This is probably going to be bad, but let's PokéStop. I would like some cards, please. Hey, we get to keep all those. Nest Ball, Rare Candy, Mirage Gate. I think we Nest Ball for the Greninja here. Yeah. Never mind, he's in the prizes. Hee Golly. I'm gonna grab a second Dreepy just in case I start targeting my Dreepy, my poor little Dreeps down. And end the turn. We don't get to play a supporter turn 1. Our Radiant Greninja is prized. We get Iono'd. It's going well. Why did I play one more? Cramorant, but that doesn't help. I mean, once they... Actually, I have Box Orders. If they can't get Dreepy... If they can't get Dreepy fully evolved here, or... Yeah, if they can't get it fully evolved, I can KO their one Dreepy. I'm going to KO the one that's fully energized, that's for sure. They're going to instant charge to end a turn. They don't even power up another Dreepy. That's kind of poggers. Colress experiment. Okay, let's go, Cramorant. Wait. Hold on. Actually, no, this is fine. I can flower selecting here. Pull a switch like a boss. Switch in a Comfey. Flower selecting. Pull an energy. Manually attach for the turn. Retreat into Cramorant. They're like, oh, my Ogerpon's up here. You can't hurt me. Boss's orders. Give me that Dreepy. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that they can still get Dragapult running next turn because they have the Xatu out, but some of the resources gone, so we take those. Switch card. Comes the Ogerpon again, of course. This also means they have to get their Ogerpon out of the active spot, so. Do you have the cards you need? Because if not, I'm going to go for gold and try to get my Dragapult out next turn. I will all in to try and get a Dragapult next turn. They concede. Hey, that makes the the episode nice and short, or not short, but shorter than it would have been. I mean, they still had a pretty good chance. I don't know why they thought they lost there instantly, because I didn't have, like, I still needed, I had a Psychic Energy, right? So I still needed a Dragapult and Rare Candy. We did have a lot of ways to try and look for it, fortunately. Sorry, there's a bug on my blinds. It's still there, it's living. It's like we had our Comfeys with switch cards to switch them in and out. We had the Colress's experiment, so chances are we would be able to get a Dragapult the next turn. But I don't know. It seemed early for my opponent to dip like that. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. Any suggestions? I'll take them. I kind of like this deck right now, but like I said, there's not an easy way to search for Dragapult, which is just kind of hard without... I mean, I could put an Ultra Ball, or like a Jacq might even be not awful, but typically with supporters, you want a Colress experiment. Maybe later game Jacq is better. I don't know. But thank you so much for joining us. Actually, let's see where this brings us in the ranks, and then we will head off for the night. You can head off into that good night. That brings us to level up to Corviknight. Let's go. So after Corviknight, we have Charizard. So yeah, we just faced somebody who's in Lugia. We were in Umbreon, so we faced somebody who's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels above us. Actually, I think the highest I've been is Necrozma. I might have gotten to Lugia once, but I also don't grind this every day. So I'm hoping this series kind of helps me do that, because I would like to get to Master Ball, because look at this, look at this, look at this. We can get Dragapult sleeves if we get all the way to the top. What else we got? Dragapult shirt? Hello? Dragapult deck case and shoes? We need that. We're Dragapult players. So, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.